Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Rusty Relic Auto Salvage. Today's focus, we're going to go ahead and get that Power Wagon torn down, and then we got to start prepping the yard for winter. So without further ado, let's get started. Well, guys, we're down here at the Dodge. I've been steadily stripping parts off of it because we sold a bunch of stuff. Sold the glove box lid and the dash bezel. The seats are actually sold to the same customer that bought the visor. There was some visors over the windows. He bought those and he bought the rolling chassis. I have another customer that bought the tailgate off of us. And I'm pulling the taillights out. I actually have I'm pulling the taillights out to save some stuff. Bumper shot. I'm just going to actually leave that on the rolling chassis. And the tie rod bar and the tie rod bar and the bumper got messed up. I was picking it up with the loader and it just blew apart. Bumpers are junk. I'm leaving the bumpers are junk. I'm leaving the bumpers are junk. I'm leaving the plow rack and the bumpers on the rolling chassis. The guy that bought it, you can just have those for scrap or whatever. Maybe you can use them for something, I don't know. But anyway, we're gonna get the grill out. I gotta get the hood off. We're leaving the motor and transom there. The guy wants to see if he can get it running, which by all means. But I gotta get this cab, I would say I gotta get it unbolted, but in all honesty, I'm picking it up off the frame right now. I'm pretty sure I can just stick a fork right through here, this window, and just pick it right off. I don't even think it's on there. So the bed really isn't much better. This thing was definitely a plow truck for a long time. I mean, there's really nothing left of it, unfortunately. I know some people really like these short beds. I prefer the long beds in one of these. So, but we're getting down to not a whole lot left. We're gonna have glass and visors and door panels. The doors are junk. The cab's junk. All the sheet metal's junk. Definitely got some good dash parts still left, but that's about it. I mean, you can see this rocker panel's completely gone. Floor pan's gone. I'll show you the other side. There you can see when I was walking up on it. There's nothing left of it, unfortunately. Somebody already, looks like they used the sign for that. Oh yeah, they sure did. Tried to patch it once. It's gone. Probably explains why the cab just kind of flops off. Alright, we'll get this visor off. Then we'll start working under the hood. I'm assuming the core support is still bolted in there, but who knows? We might get some. Alright, I think that does it for the interior. The steering column's actually junk, so I pulled the steering wheel because that was good. Pulled the gauges, pulled the bezels. The glass is it's usable, but the fogging on the bottom, it's delaminating. And it's doing that both front and back. And it's starting to do it on the side glass windows. So the wing windows, I did save those because those aren't doing that. But other than that, I mean, it's pretty much just a rotted out shell now. I'm sure some of you guys are wondering about the engine, but you can see it's been sitting a long time. That's a Edelbrock carb, and yeah, I mean, it's got a lot of corrosion in it. It's sat without an air cleaner. Well, it's got some Mopar Performance valve covers that could be cleaned up and fixed. This one's got a little bit of chipping going on, as you can see, but it's not too bad. You could clean those up and powder coat them. Especially for the price of those nowadays, you may as well. The intake's probably in good shape, but I'm pretty sure this thing was parked because of engine issues. I pulled the coolant reservoir off so that we get that listed on eBay. Which, by the way, if you guys are interested in our eBay stuff, I will leave a link down in the description. But anyhow, there was really, really oily coolant in there, so my guess is head gasket, bad head, something like that. But anyway, I gotta get the emblems off, and that's gonna pretty much be it for this thing. I mean, it's, like I say, it's rough. So the grill is a lot worse than you think it is. It's in really rough shape too, so can probably be salvaged, but I know that this is not the grill that most people want, and I'm not gonna sit on something for forever and ever waiting to find a buyer. And most of the screws look like this. I mean, I'd have to grind them all out and hope to God I don't damage the tin, and it's long and painstaking, and it's not worth it to me. I mean, as you can see, we got lots of other things that we need to get taken care of around here. Well, I saved what I could get off. I got the side markers, I got the emblems, I got the headlight bezels. Like I said, I don't have the time to save every little part and piece and try to carefully pull every little tiny thing. At the end of the day, I gotta pull off what I know is gonna be able to sell. If this was like a 72 to 77 grill, I know it would sell, or even an 87 to 90 grill, and even a really nice chrome 91 to 93 grill. Those would sell. The 79 to 80 stacked headlights, it's not a hot ticket, especially around here. I'd probably be sitting on this grill till I got tired of it and either threw it in the tin pile, or maybe I just stuck it on the wall, which I do have a few of those, but I'm not going to spend a bunch of time on this grill that's not in the best of shape to hang it on my wall. I'm good. I have other things to do. But we're letting the loader warm up right now, and then once that's warmed up, we're going to get the cab yanked off, and then I got to get the roll bar out of here, and then I'm going to attempt to take the bed off. The bed is so rough that, to be honest with you, the only reason I want it is just for the tin. I'm actually selling the rolling chassis to a family friend, and worst case scenario, he just gets a free bed. Well, that's the first time I've ever had that happen. I thought for sure the cab was going to fight me a little bit, just because I couldn't get those core support bolts to do anything. But, you know, something's missing. As you can see, it almost perfectly pulled the floor right out of it and dropped it on the ground. I got a mess to clean up now, but I've never had a cab pull right off the floor. That was wild. But anyhow, we're gonna go ahead and get this cab taken. There we go, all taken care of. I actually inadvertently ended up saving the back glass, because when I switched the roof in, it just kind of popped out most of the way, so I just took it. So I'll take that as a win. Well, that didn't go to plan either. I went to just try to pop the roll bar off because it was all rotted around the bolts, and then the whole bed just came off. Well, I guess. As you can see in our tin pile, there's the bed. Here's what's left of the cab and front lip. Let's go get this finished up so that way we can get it up front so it can get picked up. Alright. Rolling chassis is ready to go to a new home. We're going to hop on the skid steer and clean up this little bit of mess. But otherwise, we're going to move on to other things now. Well guys, slight change of plans. I was going to process some more of those cars on camera and go ahead and film that. However, the steel mill just called and said their crusher is going to be in the area tomorrow. So I've got to hurry up and get these taken care of before it's dark today. And for that, I'm not going to have time to film the rest of these cars. So we're going to go ahead and take care of that real quick. And when we're done with the car crushing, we'll go ahead and get some more stuff done. Well guys, it's been a couple days. As you can see, cars back here are gone. Got rid of everything around on the property that needed to be crushed. It looks like we have the possibility to go ahead and do this once a month, according to the steel mill, which is going to be honestly pretty sweet. So I'm hoping that works out. But we just got this Toyota van in and the Toyota Corolla. Got this van in. This van actually was a one owner that's been sitting for years. And right back there we got this HHR in. We just got those in this morning. There's really nothing special about them. I would go through them, but there's really nothing in them, so no treasures of any kind. But we're gonna add those to our processing list. And while the crushers were here, That back there, that Ford Focus, I sold the front clip off of it and I sold the trans, so we need to get the trans out of it. And then that truck right there, I need to get the rear end out of that. So let's get. Well guys, the Sawzall from Harbor Freight is still doing great. As you can see, I mean, I've abused it just as bad as I would my Milwaukee tools, and it's holding up. It's doing a great job. I'm really happy with it so far. In fact, I've been needing another grinder. My Milwaukee grinder, about a year ago, the motor burnt up in it when I was trying to cut out a rear end. I was just cutting the U-bolts on it, and really wasn't that strenuous. It just seized up on me. I don't know, kind of weird. I bought the Hercules one from Harbor Freight. I kind of expect the same results as out of the Sawzall so far. We'll see. Like I said, I'll keep you updated on both of them. If they're crap, I'll let you guys know. If they're great, I'll let you guys know as well. But so far I'm really happy with the Harbor Freight one. So time will tell. I do want to say that I am not sponsored by Milwaukee or Harbor Freight. I bought all these products with my own money, and these are all my own experiences that I've had with said tools. Well, slight change of plans. It has been raining pretty much non-stop for the last 3 days. So it actually has been a few days since the last part. It is a mud pit out here. And where I keep the cars at, that's even worse. So we're actually cleaned up. I gotta get that car moved. We need to move this stuff to a new location. Those tires are actually gonna go into this area now. We're gonna start building some bays, I think, running that way to be able to keep stuff. We're going to be able to keep all of our junk tires in this area, and at some point the plan is to build a building from this general area. My buildings are way overcrowded at the moment, and we definitely need some more room. It's not something that's going to happen this year. I'm hoping it happens next year, but for now we're just going to keep cleaning up. It's raining, it's getting cold. We just had our first frost this morning, and Old Man Winter is creeping in and coming in pretty quick. So we're gonna go ahead and get this yard prepped up so that way when that first snow comes in, we're not left with, oh crap, not only do I gotta move snow, but I gotta move stuff to even plow, which is that'll be an awful experience. I don't want to be involved in that. We're gonna get it taken care of. Well, I just got back from getting 3 vehicles. Now we're gonna haul in some radiators and some other non-ferrous. I got the truck completely loaded down too. Both the passenger seat and the whole rear is completely full of non-ferrous. And I got 5 totes of these aluminum radiators. We're gonna go ahead and hit the road. Well guys, we're back at the yard. We are getting some stuff processed at the moment. I got that one, 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 and this here Volvo to get drained. And we're also going to that Chevy truck right there, along with the Dodge right back there, what's left of that. We parted out most of that Dodge. But all of those are going to be drained and they're going in the pile. I am trying to clear up all of this row because before long it's going to be winter time, and I just want to have the best of the best parts back there because it's going to be a lot harder to deal with it once winter really kind of gets set in. Once the ground's frozen and there's snow in the way, I'd have to literally clear the bay once I remove what's left of that car, and I'm just trying to keep things as organized as I possibly can. So you also notice we started stacking up the bins that we have. These ones are oil. Those ones are the radiator bins that we just took in. And I actually just bought some more steel bins, which I'm super excited about. I've been looking for some steel bins for a while, and I haven't had any luck. I'll show you those in a minute once we get another vehicle on the rack draining. I kind of do stuff while vehicles are draining, just to kind of little odd and end work. That way, as soon as it's drained, I can be on to other stuff, just maximum efficiency. But here, 1 second, I'll show you guys those metal totes we just got. All right, now that one's draining, I'll show you guys those stackable metal boxes that I got, boxes, totes, whatever you want to call them. And here they are. They even came with some scrap, which is a bonus. Yeah, you can see they need a little bit of floor work. Hop on up on the trailer. This one seems to be the best one. And that one over there is about the same way. We actually had a customer stop by with some scrap last night that they had some shelving material, and I saved the wire racking, kept it to the side, and I think, if my memory serves me correctly, I think the size actually fits perfectly, and we can just drop them right in and they'll be good to go. So, but I'm really excited for these. I've been using IBC totes just because it's cost effective, and this option is what I wanted all along, because these are just a whole lot stronger. And I don't know, I just couldn't find any, although other than paying, you know, a couple $100 for each one. Believe it or not, I got these for the same price as I paid for the IBC tote, which is awesome. I had to drive a little bit further than I normally do, but again, super pumped for those. Those are going to take a lot more abuse. These IBC totes, you put some scrap in them, and it seems like we get maybe 1 or 2 good dumps out of them once they're loaded down, and that's it. That's all she wrote. They're toast. So these should hold up a lot better, which, again, super excited for. That's another one draining. We're gonna go ahead and clear out all these wheels, get them thrown in the bin real quick. All right, we got these stacked up. Now I know some of you guys might be asking, why are we getting rid of tires with rims still on them? Now the aluminum rims, that's a totally different story. Those have a pretty decent value to them. However, the steelies, we did the math out, and if we pay a little extra to get rid of them, just because there's a little bit more weight, the difference between the extra disposal fee and if we were to break those down, sell the rims as scrap, and then still dispose of the tire, math wise, we only end up really making about $1. So I can't pay somebody a respectable and a reasonable wage, because I know here coming up soon I plan to hire some help, and I'm trying to think ahead to that, and I can't pay somebody a livable wage and only be making $1 per wheel. So for me, it just makes more sense just to toss it over there and be done with it. Maybe if we had a piece of equipment like a mobile shear that could just shear the tire off, and maybe it's a little bit faster, that might make it more worthwhile. But doing them on a tire machine, math wise, just it doesn't make sense unless you're doing, you know, really like 25-30 wheels in an hour, and then even then maybe we break even. And I don't know, I feel like that's a lot of pressure to put on one person, especially when there's going to be other things that they're going to have to do at the same time. So it just doesn't make sense math wise. If it did make sense, I would be more than happy to break those down, but as of right now, it just doesn't make sense. I'm just going to go ahead and lose out on the $1 per wheel, and I'm okay with that, because I not only want to make sure that the company is efficient and running smoothly, but when it comes time to hiring somebody, I want to make absolutely sure that we're taking care of them and that they want to stick around for hopefully the long haul, and that they feel like they're being paid a livable wage. That's what I want to be able to do. I don't want to be paying somebody peanuts for the amount of work it is, because I started this company from nothing, and believe me, I understand this is a very physical business, and if somebody's going to be doing a lot of physical work, then they need to be paid accordingly. They can't be making, you know, $10 an hour, $12 an hour, or whatever. They can't be making peanuts. It's not going to work. So got to pay people well, or else they don't stick around. All right, guys, that does it for this one. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. If you like this video, go ahead and smash that like button and share with your friends, and we will catch you guys on the next one. Later.